Have you ever saved someone and wish you hadn't? Not because you wanted them dead, just because what came after wasn't worth what it took out of you. Yeah, that's me. The sound I remember most wasn't the screaming. It was the silence, right before everything fell apart. That kind of silence feels thick, like the world forgets to breathe. I was running that morning like I always do when I can't sleep. The sky looked like it hadn't made up its mind yet. Half orange, half gray, headphones dead, streets empty. Clearwater Heights, the kind of place that smells like new paint and expensive regrets. Just me, the slap of sneakers, and that brief second of quiet before everything shattered. Then the scream hit, a sound that didn't belong to the world. I looked up, and there she was, a baby, dangling from a fourth-floor balcony like a forgotten doll. A woman screamed from above, frozen in horror. Something in me broke open. I didn't think, I just ran. And when she fell, I dove. I caught her. And for 3 perfect seconds, I was God. Then she screamed, and I felt something snap against my arm. Hers, tiny, brittle. The sound still wakes me up some nights, that soft, sharp snap. I thought she'd die. She didn't, but something else did. Someone started a hashtag, Hero in Blue Sweats. It felt nice being seen for once. Everyone called me hero. News vans, neighbors, even my wife Clara, who hates attention but smiled anyway. "You did good," she said. "For once, you did something good." That, for once, stung. She didn't mean it to, but she knew what I was. A man who once froze when it mattered. My sister fell into a pool when we were kids. I was right there. I didn't move. By the time my dad pulled her out, it was too late. So yeah, when I saw that baby falling, I wasn't saving her. I was saving someone else, someone already gone. I was trying to rewrite something I could never fix. That moment built something ugly in me, a reflex that confuses panic for purpose. 3 days later, I got the envelope. "You've been served." The letter said I had acted recklessly. At first I laughed, then I read the name written in bold letters, Lydia Harper, the baby's mother. She was suing me. Her baby's arm had healed wrong. They said my catch caused nerve damage. Clara stood there barefoot, hair in a messy bun. "Ethan, tell me this isn't real. I saved her kid, and she's suing you for it." We both laughed, not because it was funny, because it was the only sound that didn't feel like screaming. The internet got it first. Half the world thought I was a hero. The other half called me a reckless wannabe who needed validation. They weren't entirely wrong. I liked the attention, the interviews, the way people finally saw me as something other than a quiet failure in a 2-bedroom apartment. But now the comments turned sharp. Maybe he dropped her first. He's lying. He broke her arm for clout. I started deleting my own posts. Then I deleted myself. Off everything. Clara said, "Maybe this is the universe telling you to stop trying to fix people." I said, "Maybe you should stop pretending you know me." That was the first night she slept on the couch. Court felt like a funeral for something I couldn't name. Lydia looked different, colder, smaller. Her lawyer talked like injury had an invoice. "Good intentions don't erase harm," he said. My lawyer, Daniels, whispered, "Don't react, they're baiting you." But I couldn't help it. "Without me, your client wouldn't have a baby," I shouted. The judge told me to sit down. Clara just looked at me, expression flat, like she'd seen this version of me before, the one who thinks shouting makes him right. They called Lydia up. She said she didn't want to sue. Her insurance company did, said they wouldn't cover the surgery unless she identified the liable party. Liable. That's what I was now. Liability in human form. The verdict came like a shrug. Partial liability. $150,000. Daniel said, "It could have been worse." I said, "It already is." Outside, reporters asked if I regretted saving her. I said, "Ask me again when I get the bill." That line went viral. They made memes out of my face. The price of being a hero. Weeks passed. Clara and I stopped talking. I started drinking more coffee at night than sleep ever could handle. I'd stare at the ceiling fan and replay the fall frame by frame. Each time, I'd imagine doing it differently. Catch her better, land softer, be smarter. But every version still broke her arm, and broke me a little more. Then the calls started, blocked numbers, voicemails with nothing but breathing. Once, someone whispered, "Karma's a funny thing, huh?" before hanging up. At first, I thought it was trolls. Then one night, I found a box on my doorstep. Inside, a stuffed bunny, its neck twisted. A note. "You're not a hero. You're a curse." I called the cops. They shrugged. Could be kids, could be nothing. But it wasn't nothing. Clara found the note in the trash and said, "You attract chaos, Ethan. You always have." "Or maybe chaos just likes me," I said. She didn't laugh. She packed a bag that night. I moved out a week later. Found a cheap motel near the docks. Smelled like old smoke and forgotten people. The kind of place where no one asks what you're running from. Daniels called once, said we could appeal, but it had cost more than it's worth. He said Lydia was getting death threats online and had moved out of Clearwater Heights. I wanted to feel sorry for her. I really did. But sympathy felt like a luxury I couldn't afford. Months blurred. I got a job at a storage yard, nights only. Stacking boxes, fixing locks, pretending the dark didn't talk back. One night, I saw a little girl playing near the entrance. Tiny thing. Same curls as Ava. I blinked, and she was gone. Hallucination or memory? It was hard to tell the difference anymore. Then one morning, an envelope came. No return address, just my name. Inside, a letter and a video camera. It contained pictures and videos of Ava, smiling, healthy, holding that same stuffed bunny from before. On the back of the letter, a line. "She doesn't hate you." No signature, no clue who sent it, but it cracked something in me I thought had already died. Weeks later, I ran into Lydia at the grocery store. No cameras, no court, just two ghosts shopping for milk. She saw me first. "Ethan." I froze. She looked tired, but not angry. Ava was with her, running her little hand along the cereal boxes. "She doesn't remember it," Lydia said softly. "The fall, or you." "I guess that's good," I said. "It is." Then she added, almost to herself, "I wish I could forget it too." She paid for her things and walked away. Halfway out the door, she stopped and looked back. "Do you ever think maybe you weren't saving her?" she asked. "Maybe you were saving yourself?" I didn't answer, because she was right. After that, I started running again. Same route, same sneakers, same ghosts. But now, every balcony looked like a threat waiting to happen. Every sound above me made me flinch. Once, I saw a mother leaning out with her toddler, laughing, carefree. I shouted, "Be careful," before I could stop myself. She frowned, closed the window, and I just stood there, chest tight, realizing how far gone I'd become. A month later, I saw the "For Rent" sign on Lydia's old building. The balcony still stood, clean, innocent. I climbed the stairs, 4th floor, apartment 4B, door open, painters inside. I stepped out onto the balcony, looked down, the same spot where I caught her, the same concrete that nearly took her, and for the first time, I let myself feel it, all of it. Not the guilt, not the anger, just the raw, stupid ache of trying to make sense of a world that punishes good intentions. You know what no one tells you about being called a hero? It sticks to you like a scar you didn't earn. People expect you to keep saving others. They forget you might be the one who needs saving. I keep wondering what would have happened if I hadn't looked up that day. If I'd just kept running. Would she have died? Would I have lived? Sometimes I dream about that silence again, the one before the scream. I used to think it was peace. Now I know it's the sound of the world waiting to break. People say I did the right thing. But if doing the right thing costs you your peace, your marriage, your name, your dignity, is it still right?